All right, welcome to Challenge Week. This is $10,000 Challenge Week. We know what that is. That's where we're going to go out and we're going to learn how to get high ticket customers. Okay, it's not really about the $10,000 number, right? What it is we want to start encouraging, we want to start building companies, building epoxy businesses that attract really high end customers. I mean, that's what we all want. We want to make more money every day. That's what my goal was when I started my first contracting business. I was a general contractor doing bathroom models, and it was all about, okay, I realized we're doing the same thing. We're putting a tub in, we're doing this, we're grinding, we're coating, we're doing metallic, we're top coat, we're doing the same thing no matter what. How do I find the customers that are willing to spend the most money with me? And that's been the whole gist of my business model going into it. And Derwin has been at the upper end of that. He has really developed a niche through his artistic ability to speak to the highest end of that range. I want to get you into that A, B, upper C end neighborhoods where you're really talking to the middle class and above. That's the group of people that we want to work for, the people that have the money to write the bigger checks for us every day. So I want to start out first with just a little bit of mindset, right? Sometimes when we start talking about going into this higher end range, asking people for more money, sometimes it can be scary. We can be a little bit reserved. Like, is what I have to offer actually worth what I'm saying? Is this person going to reject it? Being afraid of rejection, those type of things can creep in when you're saying, hey, you know, I might be okay with actually taking this job for 3,000, but I'm going to ask for 13,000, right? What separates that? What's that mindset? Well, first up, it's people actually have the money to do it. And if they don't have the money to do it, then we have the resources to get financing options. We have the resources to do payment things. We have the resources to figure it out and make it to where they do have the option. But oftentimes people have the money to spend. You just have to make sure that they are convinced the quality that you bring to the table, what your offer is worth that money. And that comes down to you. And it starts with your mindset, understanding that there is money out here in the world that you can go get. There are people that are willing to pay you more than you even can imagine for your own services, more than you would pay for your own services. They're willing to pay that. And all you have to do is figure out how to get that message across. So do not be afraid to start asking for more money per projects. You can always scale it back down. Now, it looks silly if you go from 13 to 3. So your pride's not going to even let you do that. But that's fine, because what you're going to end up doing is closing that job at 6, right? Instead of 3, we're at 6. Oh no, that's a whole lot better than 3, right? And then ever so often, you're going to get those people that are going to jump on the 13. Yeah, but you're going to have to do and apply the things that you're going to learn this week to be able to do that, okay? So don't be afraid. Understand the money's out there. You have the ability to go get it. You have the ability to transform yourself and transform your business. So let's get at that, all right? Now, what this video is really about is this right here. Marketing, right? How do we get these clients? How do we get these customers that have more money to spend with us? Okay, so I'm going to give you the exact play that I used in multiple versions of my business. Every business that I've had, I've been at a different starting point. The hardest business that I ever started was my first business. The easiest business I've ever started was my most recent business. Okay, that's just how it goes. But I'm going to kind of give you a couple different plays depending on where you're at budget-wise. Okay, so let's start off with I didn't have any money at all, right? Starting my business, hey, I'm doing this, that, and the other. So here's what I did. I went and I asked all of my friends, all of my family, I asked, hey, do you have any work that I can do for you? Do you have any work? And I tried to pick nice places. I tried to pick places that I would want to do work in the future, that I would want to charge money. That's the type of client I want, right? I went and asked them for work. I asked them, hey, do you know anybody that's looking for something done? Do you know anybody that maybe is willing to wants a good deal for something but expects something nice? What's the deal there, right? And so what I ended up getting is I ended up getting a bathroom remodel job, but it was just the tile. It was just the shower and the tub surround. So tub surround in one, and then a shower in another bathroom. That's what I got. And the deal was, you guys pay me the labor that I want. So I want higher end labor. I want to be, and I think I charged them like $35 an hour at that time, which for me was a lot. And I said that's what I want in my labor. And so I didn't skimp on my labor, but I said, you guys can pay for all of the material, everything, no markup on that. It's just you get that, pay me my labor, right? And that's the exchange that I made to get the first one. Now, in my next business, our first step was not go get something for that. It was, hey, we are going to go out and we are going to post to all of our friends. We are going to walk into every single business and we're going to put a flyer down about our business. Just one right on the countertop. Generally, if you put just one, nobody actually takes that. They just leave it right there. So that's a little trick. If you print out a whole bunch, instead of handing them out to everybody, just put one down in one area and nobody's going to touch that for the most part. They're going to leave it there for a week, a couple weeks. You can just revisit if you need to, right? And we ended up getting a tennis center that called us and said, hey, can you do the floor? And that was a job that we got just strictly off walking into businesses, posting about it for free. And that's how we got our first job. Now, I didn't charge a ton on that, but I charged a good amount for me, right? I charged $13,000 on 1,300 square feet. So $10 a square foot. And that was killer because I was doing everything, right? I sold it, I was installing, I was making all of the money for basically doing everything. I had one person help me, right? And that was a great job. That got me to the point where I had enough that then I could put marketing money into it, right? So that was a great starting point. Now, if I was starting and I already had the money for ads, what I would do is I would find somebody and negotiate a cheap project for them, but tell them, hey, I want you to go high end on materials. Okay, I'm willing to do the labor for low. I want you to do high end materials. Hey, I'm willing to do your garage, but I need you to spend extra and make sure that you get me enough epoxy that I can do a really great install for you, right? Negotiate that, set up your camera, film you there talking about your process, get as much as you can, try to get the lighting right, ask people, hey, do you have good lighting? Like, we want to really present ourselves well right off the bat. We want to present ourselves as professional and high end as possible immediately. We want to look good. We want to talk well. We want to stand up. We want to show up on time. We want to do a great job for our first customer and then make sure that that customer talks about us in a great way. That's what we want to do. That's how we start off in the right foot on these marketing things, okay? So that's how you can get your first project if you haven't gotten one. One of those three things. You can pay marketing. That's where I was at. If I was to start today, that's exactly what I would do. Or you can go and negotiate a deal, or you can go and just get a friend or family and basically do it almost for free if you have to. But you got to get that first project. You got to get a project that you can practice your professionality on, that you can do really good work for. Okay, you're going to then take those first projects and you're going to use that. You're going to post those on social media and you're going to ask people for work. You're going to tell people, I want work. I want to do this. I'm trying to do this. This is something I want to do. I'm willing to do right now. You are going to get the best deal out there is right now. Go and tell people you need work. People are so prideful that they're not willing to go out there and say, hey, I need work. I need work. No, we need work. We're trying to make money. Go tell people, no, care about your business enough to walk into places and tell them, to post on the internet shamelessly, hey, this, I want help. Go on to local community places. I got this business. I'd like is somebody looking for work? Put action into that. That's how you pick up these jobs. That's how you do that. And then when you're there, right? When you're there, your branding matters, okay? So we show up on time. We dress well. We show up, and I don't care what your vehicle is. Even if it's an old beater, show up with it somewhat clean, looking decent. Don't open it up and have trash falling out of your floorboards, right? We can't do that type of stuff. When you're on a job site, you're keeping it clean the whole time. When you're talking to a customer, you're respectful, you're professional, you're caring about their property and their place. You're making sure that they know that you care about their property and their place, okay? All of these things are going to lead to how people think and feel about your business. And when you're documenting this, that's going to be how it portrays to them as well. Okay, so that's why it is super important that when we are marketing and branding at the start, when we are marketing and branding to get higher end clients, it's really about, I need to give off the impression that I am trustworthy, I do high quality work, and that when I talk, I know what I'm talking about. Okay? So that's all that this is. This is just being willing to have the mindset to ask for more money and then presenting yourself in such a way where that person believes you're worth that much money. And that is how you get jobs. That's how you move your business. That's how you move the needle. We'll get into things a little bit deeper, but that's a great surface level mindset to marketing, how to get your first jobs. And then also, even if you have a little bit of money, here's how to actually get to consistent lead generation. Okay. So that's what we want to do. We want to get a great project, film it, get pictures of it, get something with the homeowner talking about how great it is with you, and then you're off to the races. That's what we need. That's what you have to do. You do that and you put that in the right places on the internet. You go into stores, you go into local business meetings and community meetings and things like that. You tell people about your business. You're going to have no problem getting work. It's the people that do nothing, that make one post and then don't get anything out of it. And then they're like, my business doesn't work. Nah, man, you don't work. So go put the effort in, go make the plays. We're giving you the plays. We're giving you the plays. This is exactly what I've done. In my first business, it worked. In my second business, it worked. In my third business, it worked. Go get the business, be a professional, show people that this is the level of work we do. This is the professionality that we're at, and you're off to the races. See you on the next one.